Instead, we're going to talk about Bill Burr.
People being consumed by radical Islam once again. No one's surprised, especially not me. This is Bill Burr. Bill Burr has been going on a tear. Bill Bald has been going wild, mega woke, anti-Trump, anti-ICE, anti-deportation. He's been anti-everything that is even remotely right-wing. He's mega lame and gay. And to no one's surprise, he did a concert at a wonderful place called Saudi Arabia, known for woke policy. And he's been getting absolutely destroyed by the right, and also
known for woke policy. Right. For those of you that don't know anything about Saudi Arabia, and goddamn, I don't blame you, okay? It's the most, like, nothing country of all time. Okay, I'm sorry. Look, I love my Arabians out there. I don't know what to call Saudi Arabians, and here's why. You can't... A lot of people refer to them as Saudis, which gets the point across, sure. But it feels wrong because the Saudis are actually a family in Saudi Arabia, the monarchy. Okay, Saudi Arabia is a monarchy. The Saudi family are the royal family. And so to call Saudi Arabians Saudis just kind of makes it seem like you're talking about the family, not not like regular people from the country. And trust me, that family, they pop up a lot, okay? You'll see them if you pay attention. Anyway, I can't really comment about Saudi progressive policies in Saudi Arabia. I can't. I don't know. Are they woke? I suspect probably not. But what they are is a historic ally to the United States. They're basically like our good little attack dog for Yemen. Okay, they bombed Yemen for us. And it's convenient for them because Yemen is full of Sunni Muslims. It's a whole thing, okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter, alright? Saudi Arabia is just our good little dog, and they do whatever we say, and that's pretty much it. Consequently, they do whatever Israel says, okay? They love Israel, okay? Maybe not openly. But they do. They love Israel.
By the left. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's much to our surprise. So he said I had to stop a couple.
And keep in mind, when I say they, I don't mean like Saudi Arabians as a whole. Obviously the fuck not. Okay, Israel is very unpopular with pretty much every population of people around the world. But anyway, I'm talking more about the government. So
times during my show and say, I'll be honest with you guys, I can't fucking believe you have any exchange who I am. It was just a great exchange of energy. They know the reputation, so they were extra friendly. Wow, it was a great experience to experience that part of the world, to be part of the first comedy festival over here in Saudi Arabia. The royals loved the show, everyone was so happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. Wow, one of the top 3 experiences he's ever had in his entire life. So brave. Obviously people are taking this very well. Look at the comments, for example. Who knew Shane had more spine than you? Why are you going there? That's how they raise money. They're filthy oil money. Bill on Saudi Arabia in 2011. Congrats on destroying your career. Really thought Bill had integrity. Sell out. You just keep going. It doesn't stop. You broke our hearts, Bill. Damn, Bill, I looked up to you. Are you really that money hungry? It keeps going. Have you some shame, man? Rat emoji. Blood money, Bill. Bill, the Saudi shill. Yep. Then it does. You get the idea. People did not take this super well. Now,
yeah, because they don't know dick about Saudi Arabia. They don't know, like this kind of shit is just, I think it's just Islamophobia. Like, these people don't know fucking anything about Saudi Arabia, okay? They don't know anything. Because if they did, they would be like, oh, wait, Saudi Arabia is like a loyal ally to the United States and has been for many decades. Oh, well, actually, they're based then. They're fucking based. That's what all of these people would be saying if they knew. If they knew that. But because Saudi Arabia is a Muslim, an evil, scary Muslim country, like any kind of positive coverage is just met with retaliation. Just like, all right, well, you think that their country isn't like a dystopian hellhole? Well, you're you're Satan, okay? You're fucking Satan, Bill Burr. Fuck you. It's so stupid. It's so, like, brain dead. Like, just have some critical thinking. It's like, dude, they're on our side. Even if you hate Muslims, okay, well, they're like killing our enemies for us. They're killing Muslims. It's Saudi Arabia. Like, get the fuck over yourself, man.
Again, he's a fraud. Now, it took this for the leftoids to realize he's a fraud, but I figured out he was a fraud a long time ago. You see, I have a fraud detection skill. If you are a deeply immoral,
Hey,
demonic
Kerrigan.
piece of shit, you're probably not a good guy. In other contexts, too.
I'm streaming. Right now I'm reacting to Bill Burr talking about Saudi Arabia.
Who is Bill Burr?
Bill Burr, the comedian. Orange hair. Or bald head, orange beard.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just bored on the way to Savannah's.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why don't you listen to an album?
What album? You're gonna say Logic.
No. No, even better. You should listen to this album. It's called The Big Picture.
By who?
Big L.
Will I actually like it?
I don't know.
Is that a police officer?
It's basically like the greatest posthumous album of all time, so you should like it. Let me put it to you this way. If you don't like it, you're wrong.
Bruh. I'll think about it.
Alright, well, have fun driving. I'm gonna go. Bye-bye. Donut says, WB my eggnog, you made me feel hella old from Plague Inc. I played that in my late 20s on my phone. You saw me playing that? Yo, I'ma stream it. I'm kind of a bit of fucking god at that game, okay? I'm kind of really fucking good. But anyway, back to this shit. Not that.
Two. Now, Saudi Arabia is known for not being very pro-free speech. In fact, they execute people that speak badly against the government, as an example. So, this is something that Bill Burr...
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? They're a monarchy. Yeah, it's oddly addictive. I was enjoying spreading diseases. Yeah, that is that's the whole game, you know? That's the whole game. I fucking hate doing fungus, dude. Fungus is the most annoying bullshit of all time. It's crazy. It's crazy, but I did beat it on Mega Brutal. So, anyway, back to this.
Said one time. Some comments were transparent about their willingness to ignore their moral convictions in order to play at the festival. So what? They have slaves, asked Tin Dillon in a podcast segment that led to his firing from the festival. They're paying me enough money to look the other way. Pete Davidson offered a similar take, acknowledging in a chat with Vaughn that people have had asked him why, given his father's death on 9/11, would he take a paycheck from the Saudi government? He did not address the criticism directly, but he did suggest he was happy to forget 9/11 for the right price. I just know I get the routing, then I see the number, and I say I'll go. This is what Bill Burr used to say before.
Look, I think that the reason that people saying shit like this doesn't make like mainstream news is literally just because of what I was saying earlier. Like, Saudi Arabia is our historic ally. So, yeah, it is permissible. They do get to have slaves, and nobody really says anything about it. You know, that being said, I don't know the validity of those claims. I don't know if that's real. Okay, I don't really know much about Saudi Arabia, to be honest, except for the family. Which they just bought, like... Didn't they just, like, buy EA Sports? Or something? Wait, wasn't that it, I think? I don't know. I don't care. I don't play those games anyway.
he married a
Fucking Burr.
radical leftist, and now he himself has become a radical leftoid. Now, a lot of people say, no, you
Right.
can be a leftist and you can be moral. You can't, is the reality. I'm sorry if you're a leftist and you're hearing this, maybe you just aren't unaware of what's actually going on. You can't, actually, it turns out. Turns out if you're part of the party that supports baby murder, and child castration,
Yeah.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
It turns out. I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude. I'm sure some people are going to get turned off by that. You can't. So anyway, much to our surprise, this is what Bill Burr had to say when he flew into Saudi Arabia. Burr's nervous and snapped back, but he was struck by the amount of local Western influence. You think everyone's going to be screaming death to America and they're just going to have, like, machetes and chop my head off, right? Burr said. Bro, no one thinks this, because that's what I've been fed about that part of the world. Bro, you are literally running propaganda. You are running propaganda. You claim to be a leftoid. The people in Saudi Arabia execute gay people.
Yeah, Bill Burr doesn't know fucking anything about the fucking Middle East, okay? He doesn't know nothing. Except, probably about the Palestinian conflict. But yeah, they don't chant death to America in Saudi Arabia because Saudi Arabia is our fucking our historic ally, which can do no wrong. And like we're like what I'm trying to say is like, Nux, you're supposed to be like Trump. You're like a Trump guy. Like you love Donald Trump. Well, like you're fucking up here, man. Like this is not what you're supposed to be saying, okay? Like Saudi Arabia, we're best friends with them, okay? We love them. They bomb Yemen for us. Do you think that we're gonna be bombing Yemen every year? Hell no. Hell no. That would be suicide. That's a terrible idea. America can't just escalate forever, okay? We have to have some actual diplomacy. Oh, I missed these streams? Oh, well, they're back. They're back in a big way. Okay, every day. Every day, that's right. That's right, we're going to be doing politics. I don't give a fuck. Every single
they
day.
execute
Oh,
people
shit.
for criticizing the government in the street. Okay, again, that's Saudi Arabia. Now they're better than most of the other countries in the Middle East because at least they don't they banned the Muslim Brotherhood. But I thought this place was gonna be like really tense, and I'm thinking, is that a Starbucks next to that?
At least they're better than most of the countries in the Middle East because they suck off America every day, all day long. I'll be heading back to work this Wednesday. Been almost a month off work. I'm right there with you, brother. I've also been out of work. I was doing other stuff. I actually, I want to tell you about where I've been, what I've been doing, these last few days, but, I also want to react to this video. I don't really want to interrupt it with all of that, because it's a lot.
The ignorant white guy. I'm telling you. To quote Charlie Kirk, one of the wisest men of our generation, who was taken way too soon. Islam will be the sword. The leftist will be the sword that Islam uses to slit the neck of America.
Oh my
Now, I don't
god,
think that every Muslim is like-
dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, let's run that back. Let's run that
taken
back
way
real
too
quick.
soon. Islam will be the sword. The leftist will be the sword that Islam uses to slit the neck of America. Now, I don't think that.
I don't even think that's what he said. I'm pretty sure it was the other way around, man. He said Islam was the sword, and the left is slitting the throat of America, right? You can't even get his fucking racist ass quotes right. His fucking Islamophobic quote. Just get it right, dude. God damn. You're so bad
every
at
Muslim's
this.
like, obviously, I've said this a million times. Obvious disclaimer. Obvious disclaimer.
You can't even read the room. You can't, like, dude, I'm not saying that you have to, like, praise Saudi Arabia. You have to, like, love Saudi Arabia. But they're woke? You shouldn't be calling them woke, man. You're wrong. You're just wrong on, like, every level. Okay, but especially like the Trump admin isn't gonna like you saying this. I mean, I don't know if they watch your videos or care, but like still, man, like get your messaging right. Okay, this is wrong. It's just wrong on every level.
But the reality is,
first of all, you're first and foremost, Nuxanor is incorrect 99% of the time, but like he's not even incorrect in the direction that he's supposed to be as a MAGA Trump guy. Like you're supposed to be incorrect going the other way, man. That's it.
Is big. There are a lot of them, and they want to kill you, and they say it themselves, and it's in their holy books, and you are whitewashing them, and you are making believe. He also had a statement where there's more free speech in Saudi Arabia than in America because Trump got Jimmy Kimmel suspended for 2 days. Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by a network because they wanted to suspend him. In Saudi Arabia, they will execute you for anything. Now, I knew this a very long time ago. This is a clip of Bill Burr.
No, not for anything. In Saudi Arabia, they will execute you if you speak out against the Saudi family, the ruling family. That's it. Okay, there's probably other like trivial or menial things they'll execute you over relatively, but that's the main thing. That's the main thing, man. And anyway, America is quickly and expediently devolving into such a, a kind of process. Okay, it just is. They just firebombed a federal judge's house because she ruled against like Trump sicking the military on Portland. Like, that is some Banana Republic type shit. What are we talking about?
From just a year ago?
Yeah, they
Well, they
brought
brought it back a couple of times, and they went with cheaper leather.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because some corporate cunt had to give himself a fucking bonus check at the end of the year. What if we made it worse, but made it look the same?
Yeah.
Then could our pools be bigger?
All right, good criticism.
Free Luigi!
Yeah, they...
Luigi's a terrorist, for the record, in my opinion. Luigi is a guy that murdered a healthcare CEO. Not a good guy.
Allegedly.
For the record, I don't like the healthcare CEO that he murdered, but he just murdered a guy because he disagreed with him in public. He just went out in broad daylight and murdered a man for no reason. Well, or...
No, he didn't murder him because he disagreed with him. He murdered him because, again, allegedly. Allegedly, he murdered him because of, personal reasons. I believe it was his uncle or something that was denied treatment for a disease, and he died, and so is every other American experience. This is this type of thing. Okay, we all suffer from the shitty healthcare that our government provides to us, if you even want to call it that. It's just, to call him a terrorist is delusion. It just is. He didn't do terrorism. He shot a guy that he had a personal vendetta against. That's not terrorism. Okay, terrorism requires intent. Intent to terrorize. Now, that being said, I think his actions did, practically terrorize a certain sect of people, healthcare CEOs. But it wasn't really the point, and so I don't know if I could really call him a terrorist. I mean, I guess. Maybe. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. He's not a fucking terrorist, okay?
Or at least for a reason, but that's what makes him a terrorist, in my opinion. You're a retard. You support extrajudicial killings. You support the murder of people who you disagree with. You are a leftoid, immoral, scumfuck.
No, it's not just somebody that we disagree with, okay? Like this person, you're acting like this person just was a healthcare CEO and he had some bad opinions about healthcare. No, man. He made decisions that killed tens of thousands of people. That year alone, he was personally responsible for the death of over 40,000 people because of his AI initiative that he pushed for. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say, this kind of violence should be permitted, we should just start killing CEOs. No. But to call it terrorism and just reduce it to that and not expand on it at all is ridiculous. Things happen for a reason. I believe that things happen. There's always reasons for it happening. Nothing ever happens randomly. Okay, it's not like Luigi just snapped one day and he suddenly decided he was going to drive up to New York and murder this random CEO for no reason. No, this was a CEO that worked for United Healthcare. Luigi had family that were denied on their claims to United Healthcare, and they later died. That's my understanding of the situation. Anyway, and anyway, it's dumb. It's dumb to say oh, this is just terrorism and there's nothing else there. Yep, that's it. Let's just not address any of the issues that caused this to happen. This random, brutal killing that was so random.
Really glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, man.
Now, I always knew this. This was Bill Burr going on The View, right? You'd think he'd be making fun of the actual quacks on The View. No.
I don't know, it's a weird time, but I just feel like someone needs to bring the boiling water down to a simmer, and everybody on both sides, if you watch CNN, Fox, you go online, or you listen to politicians, it's all out. And then you walk out on the street, someone's like, hey, how you doing? You're like, good. So I don't think they're living in a reality.
But is there any...
I remember when a leftist murdered Charlie Kirk. And then another several thousand leftists celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk. Do you remember that? I remember that. Do you remember that? I remember that.
I think of anybody getting your ire up these
What
days
does
more
that have
than
to do
usual.
with that?
Nerds.
Yeah.
The nerds that
He was saying that people are radicalized online, but then when they go out and touch grass, they're normal, okay? And that's true. That's true. Like, I'm pretty radical online. When I'm on the internet, when I turn on the stream, I start shouting about all this shit. And, like, when I go outside, I hardly ever talk about this stuff. I just don't. Not unless, it's not like it never happens. I do talk about politics. But, it's only in very specific situations. Like, if somebody asks me, if they ask me, like, what do you think about this? Then I'll start going, okay? Then let's go. But the point is that people on the internet, they seem very radical, and they are, but they go outside and everybody's still pretty polite to each other, and that's true. That is what we do.
that own the
That's what we
politician,
all
all
do.
these tech nerds that want to build robots because they don't know how to talk to hot women,
Yeah.
they're gonna take over the world. They're gonna take over.
That's funny. That's funny. Let's see if he takes this momentum and becomes retarded.
They are literally gonna replace us.
Yeah.
We're like beta right now, and they're coming out
Yeah,
with.
so you got the right-wing replacement theory, people opening the borders to flood our countries with immigrants to replace us, and then you get the left replacement theory. The elites are making robots. Yep.
Like the VCR. And I think Elon has got the rockets going because they realize there's other Earths out there,
Yeah.
and they're gonna trash this one, and because they don't have any
trashing it.
concern for it, and they.
Yeah, man, it's not really... the difference is that it's not a conspiracy. Like, what he's talking about isn't a conspiracy. Okay, it's not. In order for something to be a conspiracy, you have to, have a group of people that are conspiring to commit a crime. Or something nefarious. Automating jobs with robots is not necessarily nefarious. It's only nefarious when you live in a society where you have to have a job to survive, okay? Because then having your job automated is very threatening. That's a very threatening thing. Think about it. Like, if your job gets automated, you lose your job or you get your hours reduced. And then how do you pay your bills? How do you feed yourself? How do you clothe yourself? You can't. Anyway.
They're gonna move on to the next Earth, and everybody's gonna be standing down there. With your...
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to bring it full circle. Okay, white replacement, on the other hand, is a white supremacist conspiracy theory that has no it has no factual ground in reality. It's completely delusional. It is. Like automation. Cutting out redundant jobs that we don't need anymore. That's not a conspiracy because it's just obviously happening. Okay, they are making robots, and it is scary because people will lose their jobs, and our economy is not equipped to handle a large amount of automation. Or I should say, our institutions are not equipped to do that. But anyway, the white replacement theory is just not true. What are we talking about? The white replacement theory. In case anybody's watching this and they didn't see my previous rants about this. White replacement theory is a white supremacist conspiracy theory wherein a group of elites, usually a Jewish cabal of sorts, is plotting to eradicate white people from the Western world. And to do this, they are sending immigrants to our countries. Okay, Europe and America, or the United States. They're flooding our nation with immigrants. It is white genocide. That's what they're doing. Now, this sounds like pretty delusional to most people, but this is a popular theory with the people who are running our country. Donald Trump believes this. Elon Musk believes this. Fucking Tucker Carlson believes this. Stephen Miller believes this. I'm pretty sure fucking Bannon believes it too, although he's not in the admin, he's a consultant. This is a like delusion that runs deep within our country, and it's not new. The right-wing conspiracy theorists have been talking about white replacement for multiple decades. But anyway,
Blue and red ties go, wait a minute, I was on your side, and they're just going to leave.
Well, you were talking about death and you're...
Yeah, that's definitely what the elites are trying to do, absolutely. Elon Musk bought Twitter because he is trying to travel to another Earth after destroying this one. Sir, did you forget your penis in your other pants? What is going on?
sad. Do they not realize that they're going to die, these people? They don't realize that they...
Yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. I don't think Elon Musk is planning on escaping to Mars. Okay, no. The elites, the reason they don't care about destroying our planet is because they think it won't affect them. They think they have so much money that they're untouchable. They don't realize that all this entire system and all of their money is being upheld by the working poor. And if the working poor start to, die because of low material conditions, they will suffer too. But they don't realize that. They think that they won't. They think that they'll be fine. They think that they'll just buy a bunker and a bunch of perishables and they'll just wait it all out. That's not what's going to happen. Anyway.
They eventually...
What that about all religions? Well, they always talk about a wrathful God and will send you to hell. And it's like, none of you guys are operating like you fear this, the way you run your religion. So
Because they
The
don't.
people that are running the religion and support the not murder of, 1 million babies a year, for example, in America alone, maybe those guys are actually fighting for good. And you think that those people are evil because you are so subscribed to the cult of Moloch and supporting the genocide a year of 1 million babies and the castration of thousands of children. You're so busy supporting that you don't realize that you're the bad guy.
I don't understand any of that. I'm just trying to be like chill.
Right, so he doesn't understand any of that. He's like, haha, lol him out.
When he's talking about child castration, by the way, he's talking about fucking puberty blockers, which is not the same thing as chemical castration and not even close to the same thing as physical castration. You are so disgusting for saying that. It's so gross, and like, I don't know how people listen to this and like believe it. Like, legitimately, I don't know. Like, if you think about this shit for more than like 1 fucking second, it should be very apparent to you that he's lying.
If you believe in God, you're
Fucking
stupid.
lying
and also,
about this.
And also, the rich people are creating robots to replace us while they move to Super Earth so that we could die in old gay Earth. This is an unbelievable downfall. An unbelievable downfall. It's crazy. Imagine if someone told you 10 years ago Bill Burr would appear on The View, and instead of roasting them hilariously to their faces, he would spend the whole time politely agreeing with them. This is like an unbelievable downfall. Now, I knew this for a long time because he subscribed to the cult of Mola, and every single time he goes on another show, it becomes lamer. So I am not even remotely surprised he caved to the Saudis. You know why? Do you know why? Because the entire comedy world
Caved to the set. Dude, Bill Burr has been doing this shit. You guys just didn't realize, okay? It's yet another case of Republicans thinking that something is on their side and it's not. Okay, he never was. He was always a leftist, dumbass. This is like Homelander all over again. What? Oh, wait, Homelander's the bad guy? Wait, Homelander is America? Oh, like it's so fucking stupid, dude. Like get a fucking clue. Why
is
don't
caving
you?
to the Saudis because the Saudis are rich as shit and they're paying them and they're literally buying influential people in America. I'm not like even remotely surprised by this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not support any foreign money coming into America for propaganda or education purposes. None. And that includes Israel allegedly paying influencers $7,000 per post like you see everywhere on social media. Or Qatar funding 250 different Republican influencers to start pushing Qatar propaganda, which was, by the way, proven. This was a verified fact that a lot of people don't talk about, right? So this is, new lobbying. Qatar targeted 250 Trump influencers to change U.S. policy. Or what about Iran funding Tucker Carlson's new program? No one likes to talk about an Iranian guy giving $1 billion to several $1 million to Tucker Carlson. No one cares about that. And it's all of them. It is literally all of them. It's every single one of them. I don't want any.
Why is this surprising to you, man? The MAGA people, Donald Trump, MAGA people just follow Trump. Trump does not criticize Saudi Arabia. Trump loves Saudi Arabia. He loves them. He loves the Saudis. Okay? And specifically when I say Saudis here, again, I'm talking about the royal family. Okay? Trump loves those guys. They're like best friends. Okay? They've probably known each other their entire lives. Okay, they're rich as hell. They're like, what are we talking about? Like, your criticism is falling on deaf ears. Maybe Nuxanor thinks that because he's... Like, maybe he does know about this, okay? Because he is a little fucking nerd cretin. So, like, maybe he does know a thing or two about Saudi Arabia. And he thinks that, like, Daddy Trump will listen to him, okay? But he's not, man. He's not. Like, nobody gives a fuck about what you think about Saudi Arabia. Like, everybody loves Saudi Arabia. We love them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're American, man. Like, get with it or get out of the fucking way. Like, you're an immigrant. Number one, you're not even a fucking American. You're not a native-born American or whatever. Okay, you're not a pure American like me. You're a fucking immigrant. So like, get with the program, man. Like, we are pro-Saudi, bitch. That's it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Country at all. Anyway, here's what Bill Burr had to say about Elon Musk.
Well, it's a positive time, Jimmy.
Yeah, it really is.
Billionaires are not happy having $1 billion.
That's right. Everyone's favorite resident poor, Bill Burr, is making fun of billionaires.
What is Elon Musk dressed?
It was $30 million for Tucker, whatever it is. It's fuck you money.
To be fair, relatively speaking, Bill Burr is a peasant when you put him next to multi-billionaires, obviously.
It's like he just... All right, thank you. Why does Elon Musk dress like he just got out of a Hot Topic? I am so...
Even then, it doesn't fucking matter.
Sick of that guy trying to rewrite his origin story like he was Matthew McConaughey pulling into the high school. It's like you were a nerd, nobody banged you, and now you have hair plugs and
You don't want to talk, brother.
your laminated face. No, and everybody is afraid.
No, he is one to talk. Like, he's bald, yeah, but, like, he wears it proudly. Okay, look at him. He has no hair. He's never had hair. Elon Musk, on the other hand, like, what I'm trying to say is, Bill Burr, he has no hair, and he appears, at least, to not be insecure about it. Elon Musk, on the other hand, spent probably tens of thousands of dollars on shitty hair plugs from Turkey to boost his self-esteem. So, yeah, I think he is one to
Hey,
talk,
to these
man.
nerds. I don't get it. My whole life, feminists were focusing on frat boys and guys with their hats on backwards, and they left the nerds alone. And now look at them. What's a positive?
For the record, Bill Burr is a poor. He's not like Elon Musk. He's poor. His net worth is only $25 million, so he's a poor. Don't misunderstand. He's a poor. He definitely needed those millions from Saudi Arabia to keep him afloat. Now, a lot of people are freaking out that Bill Burr actually went to Saudi Arabia to do a show, to dance in front of the royals, and to basically launder their reputation as much as they possibly can. And people are surprised that he fell off. I always knew he fell off. I'm sorry. You've already fallen off. You have already, with all due respect, subscribed to evil, in my opinion. Multi-millionaire socialist, retard over here. Don't care. So anyway, he went to propagandize and say that there's more free speech in Saudi Arabia than in Trump's America, when he literally had to sign a 100-page long contract forbidding him to make fun of specific things in Saudi Arabia at threat of execution. Are we on the same page? Also, Mr. Laminated Face over here. Look at his own face, Mr. Laminated Face. How dare you? Bro, look here. I'll make it smaller so you can see it. Bro, his face is pretty laminated too. All right, with all due respect. So, anyway, too lazy to try. He's a guy that makes videos about, like, comedians and stuff, like Joe Rogan and the new comedian sphere. So, I'm excited. Let's see what we got. The phenomenon is truly fantastic. We are making fun of cucks on this channel because it's gross, and because we actually do have values. All right, if you don't have values and you're watching, I appreciate you being here. And I pray for you that you'll find values, because otherwise you might end up like Bill Burr.
Beyonce and Mariah Carey actually did private New Year's gigs for $1 million. Did New Year's gigs for Gaddafi's kids. Can you fucking believe that? How much money do you need to make, you know?
How much money do you need to make, says Bill Burr, the guy worth $25 million. How much money do you need to make?
You're gonna take a gig where you're gonna go dance like a goddamn fucking clown for a mass murderer's kids?
Really?
Then you take
You're gonna do that? I can't believe it. The disrespect.
fucking blood money. And what he's done, you couldn't remember that he
To be clear, by the way, if he wouldn't have had a history of, like, the really gay virtue signaling shit, I wouldn't even care if he did it. I'll be real. I know a lot of people are mad at him and people aren't gonna agree with this take. If he would have been like, I'm in it for money, I'm doing it, I don't actually give a shit about virtue signaling in general, so I'm just gonna do it, I honestly would not care. It's always the virtue signalers that do it. It's always the people that have so much empathy that, like, man, I just hate to be in America where there are billionaires and the billionaires are suppressing freedom of speech. You're really gonna stand on your ivory tower yelling about Trump and you are going to dance in front of Saudi royalty? Like, give me a break, dude. Oh my lord. America's fascist. Anyway, I'm gonna go to radical Sharia law in Saudi Arabia, where they still have slavery. and public executions for speech.
Claimed he was behind the Pan Am bombings that killed fellow Americans. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The Royals
Yeah.
loved the show. Everyone was happy. The
Yep.
people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. So
Yeah.
it was a mind-blowing.
I hope you enjoy being bought. You are a toy. You are a toy to the Saudi royalty. I hope you're happy because you virtue signaled against this kind of thing for a very long time.
It's definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Oh, hell no, not Queen Beyonce. Yeah, she's sang in a country that hates gays, but she would use that money to donate it to LGBT. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really, I do not care about that. I don't care if you go and perform in a country that operates that way. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. As long as you don't, like, condone what they are doing. Like, I think that the executions are awesome. I think that is super epic. I think it's fine. Now, there is an exception to this, and at some point you do have to draw the line. Okay, you do. Because, like, if an artist went and performed in Nazi Germany while they were doing the Holocaust, I think that would be unacceptable. Okay, I think that would be wrong to do that. So the line is drawn somewhere between Beyonce and Tom York, is what I'm saying. Okay, Tom York, if you didn't know, he went and performed in Israel not even that long ago. I think it was earlier this year. And not only did he do that, but he basically just made no comment, okay, if I recall correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he just said nothing about it. Like, people were like, what the fuck? Like, there's a genocide happening there. Why are you doing that? And he was just like, I love it. But Tom York is a longtime supporter of Israel. And so I think that probably matters a bit more than him just simply going there and performing. Anyway, let's continue. All that is to say, is it correct for Bill Burr to perform in Saudi Arabia for the Saudi family? I think not, but, like, look, it's his job, okay? It's what they do. They get paid to do this. My job I'm sure I've been asked to do morally questionable things at my work. And, at the end of the day, like, if I'm getting paid, again, you do have to draw the line somewhere. Like, if my job, for instance, were to, black bag brown people and ship them to concentration camps, I like to think that I would not do that. I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with us, guys? Why are we doing this? But anyway, let's keep...
That's really sad. Does he have kids? Probably not. He's part of the Moloch cult, let's be real. He's married for how long? Does he have kids? Does Bill Burr have kids? Bro has two children! Let me get this straight. Dude has 2 children and a wife, and their births and his marriage were not his top 3. Dancing in front of Saudis was in his top 3. Being at his child's birth and his own wedding did not make his top 3. Alright, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Alright, so after...
By the way, these are people that are praying to the church of money, the church of clout. That's what he is praying to. He does not believe in family. And that is why, as much as you want to shit on conservatives, conservative values will always be superior. Always. Every single time. Every time. Conservative values win because they are based on a moral system that was designed 3,000 years ago.
Family values.
To this very
Family
day, it is still
values.
the best moral system that ever existed anywhere in the world. And that's crazy. You don't even have to believe in God to recognize the fact that the biblical values that are like get married, have kids, build a household, leave a legacy, build the best lives. You don't even need to believe in God to recognize that this builds the best lives.
Years of Bill Burr trashing celebrities for taking blood money and railing against billionaires and ranting
That's
about
right.
wealth inequality.
I hate billionaires. I hate billionaires, he says after going to a billionaire Saudi oil prince.
He decided to go to Saudi Arabia and accept money from the royal family, who are known for using modern slave labor, which he's being paid not to mention and help cover up. When he got
That's right, because he has a giant contract of things that he's not allowed to say. Pretty weird.
back, he only talked about how amazing Saudi Arabia was.
We just have a shout out to white people in America, who, by the way, based on Christian ethics, decided to abolish slavery. Can we just recognize that slavery was abolished because of white people pushing Christian ethics? Says this guy who hates religion and hates Christians. Can we just remember that for a second?
Don't even go there, man. Don't even go there with fucking John Brown. You dumb fuck. Slavery was abolished as early as it was, basically because of John Brown. Okay, in my opinion. It was his raid on Harper's Ferry that sparked the Civil War, which is what, of course, led to the total abolition of slavery in this country. And, anyway. The fuck did that have to do with Christianity, man? Like, I think that they would have abolished it eventually, and there certainly was, like, Christian undertones to it. Okay, a lot of abolitionists were Christian. A lot of them took a stand against slavery because of their religion. But not all abolitionists were, and I would even say that some of the most influential abolitionists were agnostic or atheist. So, anyway,
You
let's
went
keep
from saying billionaires need to be put down like rabid dogs
Oh shit, I didn't know we went that far. Yeah, billionaires need to be put down by rabid dogs, but not before they pay me their blood money.
to taking money from a trillionaire family that's known for human rights violations
Yep.
and modern slavery and will kill citizens that speak out against them. So
I
don't
mean,
think it-
look, the thing is, man, is this is another thing about this whole situation. You know, Bill Burr, he talks shit about billionaires, yet he goes to Saudi Arabia, he takes their money. Okay, well, we can't do anything about the Saudi family with our policies. Okay, do you understand? Like the Saudi family is in Saudi Arabia, where they are the ruling royal family. Okay, what I'm saying is the only way that the Saudis can be held accountable is by their constituents, by the people of Saudi Arabia. Bill Burr advocates for billionaires to be put in check in America. I think that when it comes to like murdering them, he's being hyperbolic. He's using inflammatory language. But yeah, I mean, that is what we should do. Okay, just objectively, it is like that's what they do in China, and look at how they're doing right now. They're doing wonderfully. They execute their billionaires whenever they get up to some fuck shit. They just kill them. Okay, like in America, if you violate the EPA, if you violate your emission standards, you get a slap on the wrist and a fine. That's it. In China, they murder you if you do that. You die. You die if that happens. And so, consequently, there's a lot less corporate corruption in China. There's a lot less fucky shit happening in corporate China relative to America.
it's more hypocritical
Right,
than that. But as we know, obviously money talks, and it turns out Bill will drop his morals and destroy his reputation and credibility for $1.5 million, and now he's just getting cooked for it. People are so pissed at him, and everyone doing the festival. Like, this is...
The best part is he already pissed off, like, the right-wing people because they saw him get completely cucked to, like, the woke bullshit. And now even the leftist people can't stand him because, like, the blatant... Like, what do you even do about this level of hypocrisy? It's like, dude, that's all the billionaires! Anyway, I'm gonna go dance in front of a trillionaire royal family in Saudi Arabia that has modern-day slaves and that executes women for having their hair uncovered in public. It's like, okay, dude. Like, what do you even do? Bro, I wouldn't sell my morals for $1.5 million. Like, you need to offer at least $10 million for me to sell my morals. I'll be honest. I'll be real. If it's lower than 10 mil, alright, it needs 7 zeros to sell my morals. Alright, I'm just saying. Just saying. Less than 10 mil, I would never sell my morals for less than 10 million.
become a pretty big controversy, but out of everyone, Bill was definitely the most shocking for people.
Oh my god, wait, all of these people went there? No way. Dave Chappelle, Andrew Schultz, Fluffy? Bro, Kevin Hart, everyone went. They're literally buying you. They are buying you. You are their meat puppets. You dance for them. That's amazing.
I mean, I don't think anybody was that surprised to see Tom Segura and Andrew Schultz taking the gig. So Bill, he's taking the most shit for this, you know, especially because of how hard he's just trashing the ruling class not too long ago. Like, I don't know how you could go from saying billionaires need to be put down to taking money from the Saudi royal family
Yeah, because those billionaires weren't giving him money, and these billionaires are giving him money.
in less than a year. And it's not like Bill's career was falling apart and he desperately needs the money. I mean, he's already loaded.
New perspectives, there's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth 900 million. Like, how does a CEO take a 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance?
Dude, I don't want to get it.
So retroactively, is that now wrong because he went to Saudi Arabia and got paid to do his job in Saudi Arabia? Like, I don't understand. The problem is I can't even think of a country that is worse than America when it comes to billionaires. Imagine if Bill Burr went to Russia. Okay, Russia has actually even worse oligarchs than in America. I think in a way, when you look at Russia today, you're looking at America's future if we keep going down this road. But anyway, imagine if Bill Burr did a show in Russia, right? And took money from Russians or whatever that were putting on the show. Would that then mean that he, doesn't care about, like, billionaires existing and people barely getting by? Like, no, man, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who he takes money from to an extent, okay? Like, and when it comes to, like, taking money from the Saudi family, I don't really care. I don't really care, man. Nobody fucking cares. And, furthermore, the president certainly doesn't fucking care. Neither does the admin. Because Saudi Arabia, again, is our ally, our historic ally, our loyal servant that will do whatever the fuck we want them to.
Into like debating capitalism through a computer with a comedian. So I actually
except lower gas
prices.
prices. That's the only thing they are sticklers
to run
about.
defense for the CEOs, which I don't think need my defense. If they get sued in a lawsuit, they lose everything. All right, the amount of stress on the head of a CEO is unbelievable, and the amount of stress on the head of a janitor is, quite frankly, not as high. So they take these bonuses for themselves in a company that they built with stuff that they created. And while I agree, most of them are probably pieces of shit. It's their ship, and they have the right to steer it wherever they want. And you do not have to work for them. No one is forced to work for the CEOs. That's one. Two, the Nuxenor moral system, once again, very much follows the basic tenets of the Bible. I have to make a separate video on this. That's going to be too long for this one. All right, sorry. This one's going to be too long. But essentially, according to the Bible,
my moral system is the oldest and most robust, and everybody else is wrong. And fuck you. And dude, you are twisting your scripture in the same way that, like, most other people do. The fuck are you talking about? What do you mean? God said that thou shalt not work for bad CEOs if thou don't want to, but it doesn't matter because thou shalt be a millionaire CEO and, fucking underpay your employees, fuck them. Thou shalt give yourself a third Christmas bonus in a row for anxiously steering the ship because you're so anxious. Yeah, man, it's such a fucking hard job. It's so hard. It's so high stress. That's why they gotta make so much money. Okay, look. CEOs are second class, okay? They, like, straight up, okay? People don't understand this. Like, the richest people in our country aren't CEOs. Are you fucking kidding me? CEOs are employees. They are employees. They are the top corporate officer. That's what a CEO is. It's the highest corporate officer that you can be, typically. That's my understanding, okay? Like, CEOs get paid the most within the employees of the company, within the pool of employees. That's it. They're still employees. I'm not saying that they're not highly privileged people, okay, a class of people. They are, okay? And, let's be real, the job of being a CEO really isn't that, it's not like, it's not worth what they get paid, okay? Like, CEOs make an astronomical amount of money when the employees that work under them are being underpaid and aren't able to pay their bills and buy food and send their kids to school with clothes and whatnot. Like, it's just fucked up, okay? The cost of living is going up. CEOs do make a ton of money. But the real big wigs in our country is the same as always. It's the capitalist, okay? The owner of the company. You see, when Nuxenor says that the CEO steers their ship, he's wrong. They're not steering their ship. They are paid employees that are steering a ship that they don't own, okay? Like, the owners of the company don't do anything, typically, except hold meetings and talk to each other and yell at the CEO. That's literally what they do. And then the CEO's job, typically, okay, again, I'm speaking generally here. This isn't every CEO in every company or every corporation. But the CEO, their responsibility is to translate what the shareholders are saying to the other lower corporate officers. These are like treasurers, CTOs, or fucking other corporate officers. You know what I mean. And then they delegate and they pass it down the chain. Okay, that's it. That's a company. That's how it fucking works. It's really not that complicated. Okay, anyway. The people that really need to be put in check here are the capitalists. CEOs, yeah, they make a lot of money. They make too much money, even. When you consider that the employees working under them are struggling so severely. But anyway, I can't remember what Nuxanor said that triggered me to say all this shit.
The Bible.
I forgot.
I have to make a separate video.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
too long for this one.
The Bible.
Sorry. This
The
one's
Bible.
gonna be too long.
I love
Essentially,
the
according to
Bible.
if you buy something, you own it, and there is ownership, and ownership does exist. However, in the Bible, there's also clauses that say your loans and debts are forgiven every 7 years.
Yeah, and private property is not the same thing. Private property is not like your toothbrush that you own. Okay, communists don't want to take your toothbrush, dumbass. Private property is deceptively called that, private property, because it's not so much as something physical that you own, land that you own. It's more like a mechanical or figuratively mechanical process that you can exploit. Okay, if you own private property, you can place a business on that property. And with that business, you can exploit employees. Taking away that mechanism doesn't mean taking away all private or what we communists call personal property. Okay, like the private property that is land, which can have factories built on top of it and house employees, which, again, you exploit. In my opinion, it's a different topic, but, this is a separate concept from personal property, like your toothbrush or your guitar. Okay, nobody wants to take your guitar.
It says it in
That's
the Bible.
it.
And also, you're supposed to give certain amounts to charity. 10 to 20% of your income goes to charity, or 10% of your crops go to the poor, and stuff like that. So there is like a built-in social system in a hyper-capitalist society, right? For example, interest is illegal according to the Bible. You're not allowed to lend interest or take interest on loans. So
interesting.
it is a hyper-capitalist system where ownership is absolutely true, but at the same time, there are safety nets that don't destroy you in the long term. It's kind of crazy, right? Isn't that kind of insane? Isn't it kind of insane how they figured that a while back?
Can't even go out and get a filling.
Tired of
So wait, I don't understand. If interest is illegal in the Bible, and if all debts are forgiven after 7 years in the Bible, then do you think that that's the way it should work in our society? Because I sort of agree. Okay, I would word it a little differently. But yeah, I pretty much agree with that. I'm confused. Like, yo, is Nuxanor woke? Like,
hearing about people
what's going on? Is
going
he
to bed
woke now?
worried about what's
Is
going
he
to
a
happen next
woke-tard?
week. There is so much fucking money
Bro, you're worth $25 million. It's so frustrating, man.
in this country, and there's so much work being done, and if you work a full fucking
You have money. You have money. It's so frustrating. You're talking about money, but you have money. No, you can't
So
do
why is it that
that.
the leftoid empaths statistically give way less money to charity than the conservatives, right? The selfish, evil conservative capitalists, every single one of them.
I can answer that actually. That's a very good question. Why is that? I don't actually know if that statistic is true. I don't. But anyway, I at face value I believe it for multiple reasons. Okay, let's start with the most obvious thing, probably, which is that socialism is a poverty cult. Socialism is a poverty cult. Okay, this is somewhat true. Okay, it's not literally a poverty cult. That is ridiculous. There are plenty of wealthy socialists out there. Bill Burr is a great example of one. Okay, anyway, people, the more money that you accumulate, the more wealth you build, the more private property you acquire, you become more and more likely to become a Republican. This is statistically undeniable. People with like higher inventories of wealth, they vote overwhelmingly Republican. This is the way it works. Poor people vote in their class interest. They vote for socialist policies. They vote for Democrats. Richer people vote in their class interest. They vote for tax cuts. They vote for Republicans. They vote for deregulation. That's how it works, man. Okay, now what does this have to do with donating money to the poor? Okay, all that is to say, left-wing people make less money overall. That's how it works. Now, you might be thinking, there must be more to it than that, okay? And there is. There is, in fact, more to it. Because leftists are far more aware, on average, that the individual donation of money or materials to the homeless, to the to poor people, to whatever the fuck, whatever marginalized group we're talking about, those donations are just not enough. Okay, and it's not. It never will be. Otherwise, Christianity would have solved the homeless problem many, many, many years ago. Okay, of course it would have. I'm a Christian. I gotta say, Christians are very generous people, by and large. I'm not so much. That's me personally. Okay, but many Christians are. It's actually one of the only things that I like about all Christians universally is that like 99% of them are incredibly generous and will give money to the poor, to the needy, without even a second thought. But it's not enough. It hasn't solved homelessness. It just doesn't fucking matter how much we donate to the homeless. It doesn't. There has to be institutional change to solve these problems. Leftists are aware of this. They are aware that making individual donations to homeless people is not going to uplift them out of poverty. It is not going to give them a home. If anything, it will alleviate their hunger for, a day or two. That's it, okay? That's why we don't donate. That's why we don't. That being said, I have given things away, and I do donate shit, okay? I do that sometimes. I wouldn't say I'm like I said earlier, I'm not very generous. I'm not a particularly generous person, I don't think. I don't have much, okay? I'm poor as fuck. But anyway, I just think it's kind of disingenuous to present it this way without following it up with anything else, about poverty or about the fucking statistic that you're referencing in the first place. It's just fucking stupid, dude. Just shut the fuck up.
Then
Just
gives
shut
more
up,
charity than the leftists.
I hate you.
It's a statistical fact. If you
It's
look
a
it up, in the United
statistical
States,
fact.
it's a
If you look it up,
statistical
if you
fact
look
that
it
there is a massive increase of amount of charity given by conservatives than by liberals. Like, why does it work that way?
At a job, you should be able to pay your
I
fucking
wonder.
rent. You
I
shouldn't have
agree, that would be really nice. Oh well, I guess. Like, what do you want me to say? You virtue signaling from your soapbox in your podcast is not changing the life of anybody.
to go out and get a fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country. At least these fucking billionaires.
Yeah, so maybe let's not bring in illegal immigrants that are paid tax-free funds in cash under the table for cheap so that they could do the slave labor so that it cuts jobs for people that are actually in our country, right? What do you think? What do you think, bro? I think that's a pretty good idea.
They need to be put down. Like fucking rabbit.
Or we could just pay them a fair wage. We could do that too, right? Like why not? Oh, because then Americans wouldn't be getting that money. Like, dude, there was a demand for this work, and the immigrants filled that demand. And now you dumb motherfuckers want to punish them for it. When they were working, they were giving us a great deal. They were working cheaply. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I don't think that they should be paid poverty wages. I think that they should just be paid more. That's the answer. The answer isn't deporting them and then Americans get the jobs and then we pay the Americans more. That's not gonna fucking happen. That was never gonna fucking happen. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're dumb.
They're like
for
rabid
thinking
with
that.
fucking greed
Wow.
and just going out and just dividing everybody.
So I have a feeling we probably won't hear him talk like that anymore.
No. It's over. He's cooked. I think he lost everything. His entire fake persona of random bullshit, that's over. But in case you wanted some Bible verses, because some people in my chat were saying that that's not true, give me the Bible verse. I'm not looking them all up individually. Bible verse for loans getting forgiven every 7 years. Because it's a real thing. All right, Deuteronomy 15:1. At the end of every 7 years, you must cancel your debts. This is how it is to be done. Every creditor shall cancel any loan they made to a fellow Israelite. They shall not require payment.
That's right. That's right. It only applies to other believers. Okay, that's the way it works. That's the way it works. Other Israelites, and there are other rules kind of similar to this one that also only apply to other Israelites. But yeah.
Back in the day, they shall not receive payment from anyone from their own people, because the Lord's time for canceling debts has come. All right. Now interest. All right. If you lend money to one of your people among you who is needy, you shall not be like a lender. You shall not charge him interest. All right. Now verses for charity. Whoever is kind to the poor, lends to the poor, the Lord will give them back. All right. Whatever. That's a whole list. Okay. That's a big one. All right. How about this one? What about tithes to the poor? Old Testament. All right. At the end of every 3 years, bring all the tithes of that year's produce stored in the town, so that the Levites. Okay, that's a long one. But essentially, yeah, and they will give it to those people. When you finish setting aside a tenth of your produce in the 3rd year for the tithe. Blah 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 blah. All right. So anyway, it's a hyper-capitalist system with safety nets. And that's what I actually subscribe to personally. Instead of this random soap.
It is a hyper-capitalist system. No, dude, it is like a proto-feudal system where you the benefits of using this system only apply to you if you are also an Israelite, if you are also a believer. It is a ridiculous notion to try to apply this to modern times. It's stupid. It's dumb. Okay, yeah, they came up with it a long time ago. It's like saying they came up with money. Like, no, they didn't fucking come up with money. Like, money has existed for many thousands of years more than that. Like, these are just like these aren't even attributes that are like, what I'm trying to say is this isn't capitalism. This isn't hyper capitalism, whatever the fuck that means in your mind. Okay, that's not what this is. Capitalism did not exist back then. Capitalism is a system built on private property. Private property. That thing I was talking about earlier, which is different from personal property. That's what capitalism is all about, man. God, I just, like, I don't even know what to fucking say, dude. Like these things are just, like, basic parts of our economy, okay? What the Bible talked about was just, like, economics 101, fundamentals that have existed for thousands of years that are still relevant today, like interest rates, debts. Those are all very relevant conversations to have today. They're just not unique to this time period. And it didn't start with the fucking Bible. The Bible didn't come up with these concepts, dumbass. The Bible didn't come up with capitalism. How the fuck am I talking about this right now? This is so stupid. This is so fucking dumb. Like,
yapping bullshit. Just sitting there on your
what are we talking
podcast,
about?
Sitting there and yapping about how actually it's really sad that poor people can't afford things. Anyway, I'm not gonna do anything about it, but I am gonna complain for clout. Yeah. So anyway.
And if he does,
he is doing something about it. He's advocating for it. You are advocating for people remaining poor. That's what you're doing. Okay, what the fuck are you doing about it? Oh, well, I just think people need to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. I wonder which rhetoric, which agenda is going to help poor people. Is it the one where, we talk about maybe reform, we talk about better social safety nets, more robust institutions? Or could it be the pull yourself up by your bootstraps ideology? Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Everyone's just going to clown on him. There's no way people take him seriously. I mean, he's just shameless, and he must have thought people wouldn't have really paid attention to the festival, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, because this is such a bad look. And it was kind of under the radar until a few weeks ago when other comedians started calling him out, and then this clip of Shane Gillis went viral where he was talking about how he's turned down multiple offers, and now this story has gotten a ton of attention, and everyone's commenting on it.
Including me, the blue retard.
People are really disappointed in Bill Burr, especially.
Everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys? Sound exactly the 9/11 guys?
Now, there's a lot of drips,
Awkward.
killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, oh, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator.
Incredibly lonely it can feel to look around and see people you used to admire and respect cave and show up in Saudi Arabia to take a check and abandon even the most basic principles they always claim to hold. These people have failed to employ the most basic common sense and critical thinking, and others have decided to cynically accept money in exchange for whitewashing and BS. At the same time, these same people claim to be progressive here in the United States.
I have to tell you, I really think that Bill Burr sort of fucked up here, bro. I really think he
This is like a radical lefty. He pissed off the lefties. The right always hated him because he pushed the bullshit random.
He has dyed hair and earrings. He's a radical. Yeah, I've seen this person before. I wouldn't call him a radical. That's my opinion. I mean, who cares? It doesn't fucking matter anyway. They'll call anyone a radical. Yeah, sure. He's a radical. Yeah, he's a radical leftist for sure.
Moloch cringe. But the left can't stand him either because he's just a blatant hypocrite.
fucked up. This person said, hey, did you know that Bill Burr is going to the Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival?
Oh, no.
The Riyadh Comedy Festival. And I said, that can't be true. No, that's not true. Is it? No.
But he's my woke leftoid. But he supports social programs. But he says Trump bad. There's no way he would do that.
Not true. Come on. Turns out it is, y'all.
They've sold their soul. They've sold their ability to talk about shit. You're fucking hypocrites now. And everything you say is to be looked at through the lens of taking millions of dollars from slave owners.
You know? Pretty weird. It's pretty weird. Now, to be clear, a lot of people do this shit. A lot of them. And it gets... I know that Tucker Carlson was paid by Qatar to go and basically do, like, these lowball interviews with all the leaders there. Like, dude, what are we even doing? He was paid by Iran to interview the leader of Iran to, like, do this lowball interview. Bro, you want to run propaganda for other people? Don't be a hypocrite, all right? That's the bar. Okay, that's the bar. Selling your soul for money? Sure. Betraying your country? Whatever. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a virtue signaler. Oh, my. Oh, me, oh, my. Oh, me, oh, my. Oh, the little ass biters are going to keep biting.
Also, obviously, part of the...
Supreme leader of Iran, not the supreme leader of Iran, the president of Iran, or whatever his status is. He did an interview with Tucker Carlson where basically he was like, we love America. We say death to America because we actually hate the institution of the imperialism. And Tucker Carlson was like, yes, institution, imperialism, foreign wars, foreign conflicts. And I'm just like, all right, dude. No, they say death to America because they want to kill us. Yep, they call our country the Great Satan because they want to kill us. Yep, it's in the book. It's in their holy book. It's in the holy book. Anyway.
The deal for these free speech warrior comedians is they can't say anything bad about the Saudi family, culture, government, religion,
That's right.
and I'm sure a ton of other stuff.
Free speech, except they can't say the laundry list of stuff.
And even before they went there, they weren't allowed to criticize any of that on their own podcast in America.
On their own podcast either. W.
Like Tim Dillon originally accepted an offer, and he started ranting about how they use slave labor on his podcast, and that got him fired. So these comedians have to censor themselves and just say positive things about...
Nick would never. That's one thing I have to say about like people like Nick Fuentes. For the record, this isn't just like an anti-Israel position or anything. Nick Fuentes hates Israel. He would never, ever betray his country to Qatar just because he hates Israel. And I don't like Nick Fuentes, to be honest. I don't know him. I don't really have that much strong of an opinion of him. I think a lot of his takes aren't great, in my opinion. Some of them, the ones in foreign policy specifically. But he wouldn't sell out his country like that. Like even though, and that guy is a radical far right guy.
The foreign policy specifically, yeah, all the racism that he talks about. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah. Yeah, but all the Israel stuff, no. Then he's being anti-Semitic. That's when he begins to be anti-Semitic. Is when he, Jewish cabal in America. That's fine. Israel bad. Whoa! Now you're getting anti-Semitic, Nick Fuentes, says Nuxanor. All right, man.
That is disavowed by everyone, and I don't think he would stoop that low. That's the honest truth. That's how crazy it is. It's like these people are the respected people. Like The Bill Burrs? The Bill Burrs? Look at these guys.
It's
Look at these
all
guys. Every
optics.
single one of these guys. They're going to under the reputation of, after, they all have podcasts. They all have podcasts where they condemn Trump. You're going to condemn Trump and then you're going to go dance in front of Saudi royalty? Like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I don't know, man. I like Bill Burr doing this. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Cause like, look at who he's standing next to. Like, look at these motherfuckers. We got what the fuck is that guy's name? The guy next to the left of Louis C.K. whatever. Louis C.K. jerked off in front of unsuspecting pedestrians, and and the guy on his left is just a fucking spineless coward Trump supporter. But then he flipped. But he flip-flopped back and forth. It was so fucking gross.
Saudi Arabia, they're basically Saudi shills now. Like, as soon as Chris Stefano got there, they put a camera in his face and made him talk about how much he loves Saudi Arabia.
Dude, the president of the United States of America is a Saudi shill. What are you talking about? What? Like, this is shocking to you? Like, look at the lineup. The only surprising one on that list was, I'll tell you, it's Bill Burr, of course, and it's that other guy on the far left of Bill Burr. I forgot his name. The big boned man. I forgot his name. I'm a little surprised that guy would fucking go to Saudi Arabia. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but I've seen him a little bit. The rest of them, yeah, it kind of tracks. Okay, let's be real. Like, I'm not really shocked at all by any of the others.
Like, as soon as Chris Stefano got there, they put a camera in his face and made him talk about how much he loves Saudi.
The guy that I'm talking about on the far left of Bill Burr, he was like on Disney Channel and shit. Like how the fuck did he end up in Saudi Arabia? What the fuck?
Arabia.
I'm loving this country so far. I've been here for about 10 hours. I've eaten more food than you can imagine. I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. My first time ever. I've never even been to the Middle East. But when I'm here now, I'm like, why did I never want to come here? I wish I would have come here 10 years ago.
If this isn't just literally reputation laundering, I don't know what it is. It's crazy. It's wild.
I'd like to start another family in the Middle East and not tell my family back home. I'd like to live 2 lives.
This is obviously what the festival is mostly about.
Of course, it's propaganda. It's literally propaganda.
I'm doing positive PR for Saudi Arabia, so these comedians will never live this shit down.
For the record, this is exactly the same as like Netanyahu, the president, Prime Minister of Israel, going on the Boys podcast, right? You go on a podcast with a couple of bros and you talk about Burger King. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. Absolutely the same thing. It is. Like, if you want to talk politics, if you want to actually get into like serious interviews and stuff, sure, that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't be out there interviewing people that you disagree with, but like, what are we doing here? This is just propaganda. There's nothing else to it. It's literally selling out your country.
Like, every comedian that didn't do it is just gonna be busting their balls about it, especially the ones that turned down offers, which is gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, Bill Burr needs to be roasted for this.
Agreed.
Like, other than Chris, he might be shilling the most so far.
Yeah, no. The Netanyahu interview is not really comparable to this. They're two very, very different, okay? There's a much better example of this when it comes to Israel and Netanyahu that is actually far more nefarious than this, okay? And that is when what's his name? I fucking forgot his name. I know he's Korean. He's there's this Korean American comedian, and he flew to Israel. He took a deal, and they like flew him out there. It was like, oh, okay, I'll go on a vacation. And after he got there, when he landed, they said, oh, by the way, you have to tweet something about Israel every day. You have to tweet something good about Israel. That's more like what's going on here. But anyway, honestly, I think these guys are being I don't think they're really being like paid or like they're not being paid overtly to do propaganda. Okay, I think that they probably went there. They were treated very nicely. They got the North Korean treatment. Okay, if you didn't know, if you are an outsider and you go to North Korea, it will seem very nice. Okay, the grocery stores are all full, and and you'll be treated to, a nice experience typically, and you'll get tours around the country. Okay, that's the treatment that they got, dude. Like that's why they're talking positively. Okay, it's not like they said, oh, you have to tweet something every day about Saudi Arabia. Okay, like they're not quite on Israel's level, is my point. But it is sort of a similar thing, I guess.
It sounds like he
Anyway.
really wants to do more gigs there. Like, he does not give a fuck. I mean, he's getting a ton of backlash. His fans are so disappointed. All his comments are negative, and people want to hear what he has to say about it. And he did address.
His podcast gets 20,000 views? Wait, actually? There's no way. Bill Burr podcast.
I
Bro, there's
believe
no way. I'm sorry. He uploads 2 videos a week.
He's
He
super
struggles
popular.
to break 40K views on his videos. There's no
What
way.
are you
How's he so
talking
relevant?
about?
What happened to this guy? This is a crazy fall off. He uploads 2 videos a week. And he gets 160,000 views in a month. 160? For the record, this month I got this is not including YouTube Shorts because I don't do YouTube Shorts. I got apparently 2.3 million views this week. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. He's just a woke bimbo.
It on the most recent episode, but he just talked about how amazing it was and how it's the
Cool
best thing he's
story,
ever done,
bro.
which is exactly what the Saudis want. Like, this is why they're really paying him, and he obviously wants to keep doing gigs there and making 1.5 million a show. So of course he's gonna go all out chilling for the Saudis.
Of Saudi Arabia is what I've seen like on the news. I literally think I'm gonna.
That is a crazy meme. Bro, it's the guy from Breaking Bad. Oh my god, he's doing it for his family.
Gonna fucking land, you know, and everybody's gonna be screaming death to America, and they're gonna have like fucking machetes and want to like chop my head off, right? Because this is what I've been fed about that part of the world, right? And we're flying over it. It's nothing but like these long roads and sand. It's like nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I get myself into?
They must have hidden their 750,000 slaves underground for when you showed up.
And then we land, and everybody's just regular. They're dressed different, but they're regular. Like people just shooting the shit. Hey, how you doing? You know, welcome. We're saying, hey, we know we're happy to be here. And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was gonna be like really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks?
Oh my god, dude.
Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King?
His head is empty. Do you know what
Next
that
to a
smells like?
McDonald's, next to a Pizza Hut, next to a Dunkin' Donuts, next to a Krispy Kreme, next to a Cheesecake Factory, next to a KFC, next to a Chili's. They got a fucking Chili's over here. Then we go into.
Oh, this is crazy. He's retarded. So now you're for American capitalism? American millionaire, billionaire brands expanding worldwide? Now you're for that? Like, this is insane.
The mall because I want to get my kids something.
That's not
It was
what
a
he
Timberland
said.
store. I could have bought Timberlands like I was in Brooklyn, New York. And then there's
He's just saying that the culture shock wasn't what he thought it would be. He thought he would go there and it would be very different because he's stupid and he's never been to Saudi Arabia. Like Bill Burr, I love Bill Burr, okay? I do, unironically. I don't give a fuck that he did this. I really don't give a shit, okay? I think I've made that pretty apparent already. But anyway, Bill Burr, he is a dumb guy, okay? He is. Like, he doesn't know shit about the fucking Middle East. What? He probably doesn't even know that, like, Saudi Arabia is, like I said before, and I kept repeating, they are our ally. They are our historic ally. He probably doesn't even know that. Okay, hence why he was surprised by American companies in Saudi Arabia. He thought that when he went there, it would be like going to Iran or Iraq or even fucking Yemen. Okay, but it wasn't. So anyway,
advertisements for
keep
like
going.
boxing and fucking Formula One and MotoGP and golf and all of this stuff, and I was like, oh.
Estimated number of slaves, 740,000. Yep.
And then it just struck me as funny. It's like they're eating this shit too. They're gonna have to get some bigger fucking clothes. They're gonna end up looking like us. So,
yeah, I mean, I think that Bill Burr could have done more due diligence before he went there. Obviously, he was not ready for this, shitstorm of coverage. Okay, he just wasn't. So, I think that he could have, like, done his research and then been like, hey, like, I found out while I was on the trip or, like, right after I got back or whatever, like, about all the slaves and shit, and, like, that's really fucked up, and, I think that would have been a lot better, but, again, he doesn't know these things. He doesn't know about these countries. What, like, I don't know, like, he's right. When you're growing up in America, or even other Western countries, if you never explore outside of what is spoon-fed to you, then you will think that all of these countries in the Middle East are, like what he was describing. Tension, high tension. Sand, hardly any businesses in general, let alone American companies like McDonald's. So anyway, he didn't know that. He doesn't know about Saudi Arabia and their relations with our country. So it was shocking to see the companies there. That's it. Dude, anyway, who fucking cares
I go
about
down
this
to do the
anyway? I
show,
don't get
right?
it.
And they say, all right, the front two rows.
So I'm guessing Nia would have been all smiles here.
Why are
Drop it
people
off at
making
Bill
a
20
big
mil
deal
to do a show
about
at the
this?
White House then? True!
wonder.
That's Bill Burr and his wife. And that's the purse that Bill Burr's balls are in. Like, you can't see from this angle, but his globules are actually in this purse.
Is going to be all diplomats in these padded seats, and then up top the royals are going to be there. And I could just feel them, like these fucking people, the people. Okay, they want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to the other comments, you could feel it. They wanted you to push, right? It was really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage and I start doing my shit, and they're fucking into it. Everything's going good, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff, and they're all fucking laughing. All right, so I'm gonna push a little farther, and all of a sudden I start getting in the zone. This is really amazing, and it was just this great exchange of energy, right? So the royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled.
I'm sure.
And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a
I love
part
how
of
they
that
pushed the envelope on the jokes, except for the laundry list of things that they signed that they weren't allowed to joke about.
was fucking.
I wonder if he made any 9/11 jokes. Wonder if they would approve something like that.
Amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to, just saying like, dude, you can
I
feel.
wonder if he turned to some royal and was like, hey, you look like a camel, sir.
Maybe.
I wonder if that would...
It is kind of a meme, the Saudi 9/11 thing. Like, yeah, like a lot of the hijackers were Saudi Arabian. I feel like it's jokeable. Like, I think that by and large, nobody really thinks that like Saudi Arabia did it. Okay. Americans either believe that Osama did it, okay, or they think that Bush did it. And there's really not any, or they think Israel did it. My bad. And that is an emerging popular theory. But anyway, yeah, I mean, most Americans, they don't really think that Saudi Arabia is heavily implicated in 9/11. Okay, that's just not the case. Okay, especially the Saudi family. Nobody suspects the Saudi family, man. They just want their oil. Okay, that's it. They just want to sell
They
oil.
wanted it. They wanted you to like the people want. You know, they go online and they see it. They want to. They want to like see real stand-up comedy.
Right.
So
can't be a comedian in Saudi Arabia because they will execute you if you're too funny. You know that they did public executions of over 43 people for speech in the last 5 years.
It was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Yeah. So he has 2 children and he's married. So that means at least one of the children or his wedding is no longer in the top 3 because he was paid a fat bag to dance in front of slavers. Dope, based, let's go. He's woke. He's virtue signaling, guys. That's the life.
Some of the comments on this podcast have almost as many likes as the podcast, which is a bad sign, and it has almost 80% dislikes. So he's just getting destroyed here. And like someone said in this podcast, Bill tells us about how Saudi Arabia is not bad because they have American fast food. And would you take a gig in the U.S. where you're not allowed to make fun of Trump? And Bill hates billionaires, but only if they're not paying him.
True.
And all his comments on Instagram.
I'm sorry, I've never even said this, I don't think, in all of the hours and hours and hours I've watched of this VTuber, but his avatar is so dog ugly. And I've been waiting to say this. I don't know the right time, okay? I don't know. But like every time he does like this like head thing up and you see his chin, it's just like it looks so terrible, dog. Like the proportions are like so weird. I don't like it. It's not appealing in an anime kind of way. It's certainly not appealing in like a realism kind of way. It's just it's bad. It's bad. It sucks. Delete it. Try again. Get a new avatar.
So I think a lot of people are done with him. I mean, his career will probably be fine. You know, his career in Hollywood will be fine. But it sounds like a lot of the fans of his podcast and fans of what he's been saying.
I mean, to be fair, getting
it
canceled
won't.
doesn't really happen anymore for the most part, especially if you're rich. Only poor people could get canceled, and they can get fired from their job or something, and then actually be in trouble. But rich people can't really get canceled anymore. It's actually kind of fake news. Cancel culture doesn't exist if you're rich, and he's rich enough to not need to worry about that. And he's also a recognizable enough face.
Even back then, even like way back in the day, okay, there was no like canceling has never been real. All you have to do is wait a few years. That's it. Even poor people, to some extent. You know, it depends on what you get canceled over, how long it follows you, but most people, you just wait for a little bit, sit
Literally
tight.
anywhere. They could put him in a TV show.
Wait
They could
for
put him
all
in a
this
movie.
to
They won't
blow
care.
over.
In fact, they would love it if people hate watched it. Like they literally don't care. Anyway.
The past year about billionaires and wealth inequality are probably done with him. But let me know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my Patreon. I just posted another Duncan Trussell video because that dude has completely lost it. It's worse than I thought. I mean, he might be the worst at handling criticism. And same thing
Yeah, I don't know about that.
with Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn's been going crazy. Like, dude, can I tell you something? The entire podcast comedian sphere has got to be one of the saddest, most pathetic, gayest downfalls I have ever seen in all of time. Right? Joe Rogan sitting in his castle of comedy, inviting different comedians to get platforms, and it's insane. Right? Theo Vaughn just released a video saying I am not suicidal. You hear that, Israel? And it's like, all right, dude. Okay, dude, Israel doesn't know who you are. They're not gonna kill you. I promise. Israel.
Oh yeah, they have no idea who you are. Yeah, man. Yeah, one of the like one of the fastest growing male podcasters ever / comedian that is beloved by pretty much everyone that I'm in a like. It's so funny to me because I live in the South. Okay, I live in southeastern United States, and yeah, everybody loves him. Everybody, libs, conservative, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They all love him. And he's mostly apolitical. Okay, that's why. That's why he's able to bridge the gap. But look, it's a big deal. He came out and said Israel is conducting a genocide. That's big for his demographic. That's a big deal.
Is not gonna kill you, all right? But I'm also not suicidal, and if I die, it was Theo Vaughn. Like, subscribe, and this video was.
That's so funny. All right, stay weird, fam, which rapidly mutates. Okay, so I gotta plan with this one. I don't know if anybody else has come up with this yet, but because it mutates so much, I'll take creationist and wait. Yeah, no, I'll take this one. Yeah, I don't want to mutate abilities. We'll mutate transmissions, and then we'll go Aquasight, because, you know, you gotta... I'm gonna take a Streamophile, just because, fuck it. And, yeah, so not transmissions, but... abilities? Yeah, actually that's gonna be virus. We could start in Saudi Arabia or Africa. Oh, you already know, bro. You already know. Oh wait, shit. I don't know why there's so much hate for Metabolic Jump. I really like Metabolic Jump. I understand the appeal for ATP boost. I just don't think it really matters if if you want a higher score, maybe for some diseases. I don't know. Do any of the scores depend on time it takes to win? I don't know. But other than that, I like Metabolic Jump. Alright, and of course, since we're starting in Saudi Arabia, Bill Burr is finally gonna take out the world. Finally. Alright, let's go. Boom.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers, please proceed to gate.
Alright, so, you know, transmissions would probably be, it probably is what I should start with. But I'm not going to go with symptoms first either. I'm actually going to do this. Let's go. We developed anemia. But Saudi Arabia, South Africa is more because of Madagascar and can affect well by boats, but Saudi Arabia is better because of flights. Yeah, I can see that. That's what I've noticed. We got insect transmission. Alright, we're gonna go with boom. You're starting with ability. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just trust me. They haven't even noticed it yet. They haven't even noticed it. Okay, Mega Brutal. Mega Brutal is nothing. Okay, what was that? Blood 1? Come on. Alright, these are kind of shitty. We are mutating transmission? Yeah. Yeah, I took that ability. Just trust it, okay? Trust it. Holy shit, it's going crazy right now. It's free DNA, bro. It's free DNA. It really only works with virus. There's actually like one other disease I think it works with, but I've always wanted to try it like this. Alright, we got livestock 1. I've been trying to ace them all on Mega Brutal, but I had already done bacteria and virus on Brutal. So I didn't get around to doing them on Mega Brutal until right now. So I think I'm gonna keep waiting for it to mutate a little bit longer, and I'm gonna increase the infectivity, and the transmissions will take care of the rest. Yeah. Wait, what just mutated? Okay, that's good. Rash is good. I don't use this ability. When reach China, gonna boom with rats level 2. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, it's over. It's over. Wait, you want to see China fall really fast? I'll just grab drug resistance 1. I'm telling you, the drug resistance, it doesn't just work on the rich countries. The level 1 works on, like, maybe it's just placebo. Maybe I'm noticing something that isn't there. But I feel like it works on, like, all of the East Africa countries. Most of them. China. The Eastern European states. I would go for cold and drug resistance due to Europe and Russia. Yeah. Yeah, I need that immediately, actually. You're right. Bit of death. Alright, let's go. Let's go, bro. Alright, world, we're at 14,000 deaths. Who's killing everyone? I should probably devolve that. Fever can be kind of problematic in the long term. And it gives me 3 DNA points. We're at 23 years right now. Iceland is done. Still don't have New Zealand. Do I even have water transmission at all? No, I'm just gonna go ahead and if I want to waste the points on that right now. I'm gonna regret it if they close down their ports. It's gonna really suck. Yeah, Russia's only at 22, dude. No. Okay, I might lose here. We'll see. We'll see. I could more guarantee a win, but I kind of want to save my DNA points. I would go for cold and drug resistance. Oh yeah, I already read that. In Africa, only Libya is urban. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I could get 80,000. It's only 18 points. I'm just gonna get it. Systemic infection mutated. 1, 1, 1. 1. Fever symptom mutated. We're late enough in the game. Oh, we got Greenland. Okay, and they're infected. And what about the Caribbean? Okay, yeah, it's over. Dunzo. Oh my god, Russia is gone. Holy crap. Okay, we need to kill now. Wow, this worked a lot better than I thought it would. That's crazy. Alright, we'll get, oh shit, I didn't even realize I forgot to get sweating. Okay, well, we're gonna get coma and total organ failure and that. I think it. Because, yeah, I mean, I am killing them kind of fast considering these guys just got infected, but I think it'll still work because, like, look at this shit. Like, also, everybody washes their hands. Okay, but I got the cold. It'll be fine. Oh, now they're seizing.
337 for Bravo
Seizuring. Alright, Israel is broken down. Wait, how is Sweden doing? Are they... Okay, they're still growing. It's over. Necrosis. Hemorrhagic shock. Healthy people left. Get livestock too for Russia. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I ended up doing that. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. This game just, like, sucks me in. I can't even... I can't pay attention to chat. Bill Burr to destroy humanity. I believe it. Yes! Wow, that was easy. And sweating and skin lesions. Oh, we love skin lesions. Skin lesions is my favorite. So OP. That was crazy, dude. Virus is fucking nutty.
Flight 291 is now boarding. All passengers,
Yeah, like,
please proceed to
you know,
gate
after
4.
playing fucking fungus on Mega Brutal, this is like a walk in the park. Wow. Got a 4 out of 5. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's most of them done. Now all I got is these 4. Yep.